to the first episode of JOMA, right? This is going to be candid, it's going to be raw, it's going to be honest, and it's going to be open. So the whole idea is to have an honest conversation with you guys and tell stories. And please, just in case you see someone here moving, it's okay. He's part of the show. He's an extension of the show. Anyway, so today I want to introduce my guest, Mr. Ibrahim Suleiman. I call him Captain. I've known him way back. Okay,
yes.
And fun fact, it took us 5 years to finally meet.
In Lagos.
Right. You want Pringles? Yeah. So
yes, my son is here.
Yeah. He wants Pringles.
Yeah, he wants Pringles. Is there Pringles in your bag? Did Mama pack Pringles for you? Sorry, Papa. Don't worry, we'll soon be done. When we're done, I'll get you some on the way home. Okay. So yes, it took us 5 years. To meet up in Lagos.
Yes, in Lagos. And the last time we almost met, I just had to go drop something. It was in both camp, and I wanted to go drop something. And before I came, you had to rush out.
Yes.
Then other times you either come in and leaving.
There was the time I came to your office.
I just stepped up for a meeting.
So yeah, it's Lagos. Lagos is another.
That's what happens. That's what happens in Lagos. That's what happens when you guys. So again, welcome. Thank you for this. It's an honor to have you in person.
Thank you for having me. And I'm glad that I could finally make it.
Finally, despite everything that has happened.
I'm telling you, because today it has been quite interesting, and I'm bringing my Oga to work. So it will be an interesting episode. Yeah, bring your Oga to work day because this one is my Oga. All right.
Anyway, so just briefly, so the whole idea of this is to get a sense of your journey as an artist. I know you're an architect, you're a dancer, you're an actor, you're a voiceover actor, and other things. You're an artist. I think you're a musician somewhere.
I write. Yes,
interesting.
I write music, but I don't sing. I don't.
That was a wild guess. Actually,
yeah.
I did actually.
It's not something that I talk about.
But you might just give us a quick summary journey of you as a person. How has it been navigating being an architect, a dancer, then movie, writing music, doing voiceovers in Nigeria?
So I think the most important detail of my journey is the encouragement and support that I got from my mother while she was with us. So my mom had always been very, typical Nigerian mother. Get your degree, go to school, get your degree, get a job, all of that, the Nigerian dream, the former Nigerian dream. But then at the same time, she just always made sure that she gave us opportunities to express ourselves. So when I started to draw from a very early age, she would encourage me. She would get me comic books. I had like 2 cartons full of Tintin comics.
Wow.
Yeah, I had. No, Kion, I will not be quiet. You be quiet. You be quiet because I'm working and you're playing. So I had like stacks. Like there was an entire room in our home that was just basically our library. My mother read a lot.
Wow.
And she would encourage us to read. She would, share novels with me. And so my background in reading a lot of stuff, that was age appropriate, of course. And then, of course, there are things that were in her library that I used to sneak and read.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think that's what formed like the bedrock of my ability to visualize and just tell myself stories in my head.
Right.
So it started from there. It started from reading a lot. So a lot of the time, people don't realize that being a creative, to me, it starts from reading.
Interesting.
Because when you read a lot, fiction, non-fiction, as long as you read a lot, it's easier to imagine other people's realities.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you start to create, you're not just creating from a void. There's like a full stack of other people's experiences that you've ingested. So I started to read a lot, and then I started to draw. Then from drawing, I now started to write poetry.
Interesting.
Yeah, when I got into SS3, I met someone. So another interesting is the fact that I had this desire to learn. If I meet someone for the first time and I find that they're really good at something that piques my interest, I'll try and find out as much as I can about the basics of that thing, and then do my own research and then find a way to do it my own way, which I think is like the hallmark of every creative. Finding a way to do it the way that you want to, or the way that appeals to you, or the way that is language, the way that you want to speak the language of whatever it is that you're learning. So yeah, that. So I went from reading to drawing to writing poetry to writing short stories. Then I stumbled upon dance by mistake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and by this time I was 17. I was already in my first year in university, and I just was hanging out with these guys who had the dance crew,
Yeah.
on campus, and I would study architecture at ABU. So they were my friends, and one of them had a dance crew. So my friends and I would go and hang out with his crew while they're rehearsing, and then I became friends with the crew. And then one day somebody fell ill, and they were preparing for a show, second semester. So there are a lot of shows at the time.
Yeah.
In the second semester, and so they said, "Oh, Ibro, just come and stand in his place."
Yeah.
While we're running through the choreo,
Choreography.
so that we know what the positions are.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sure. So I stood there, but because I've been watching it repeatedly for so long, I kind of knew the movements.
Right.
And then they were like, since you already kind of know, let's just teach you the rest of it. I've never danced before, ever. And so I just said, okay, sure, no problem. And then they taught me. I got the choreography in like one session, like 2 hours. Started drilling for 3 days, and then I did the performance with them, and then that's how I started dancing.
Interesting.
Yeah.